Hi, this is Racha. Good morning. This morning I'm working on answering question on my website, and one of the question is how do you pick up stitches along the edge of the knitting? So I have some example here. My sweater I knit about 6 years ago, and I can't throw this one away because I really like the pattern. And here is some example of picking up stitch on the front band for buttonhole, and then here this one along the neckline, and after picking up this part I knitted in ribbing one by one, and here's the front band for button on the other side. So I'm going to show you how to pick up the stitch along those kind of edges. And here's one more example of the sweater of the neck edge, and like that. So there are so many different ways to pick up stitches, but one way that I prefer is using the needle. I have to gather my equipment here. I have some example piece here that I knit in garter stitch pattern, and you might have the one that you knit in stockinette stitch that will show, all knitted row. So some people prefer using crochet needle to pick up along this edge, but I prefer using the needle and go ahead and pick up along this area here. I'm gonna change the color of the yarn using the more contrasting color of the yarn. The green one is gonna be my new yarn that I will pick it up. So you start with new piece of yarn, and then start from the wherever they want you to pick up. In this case, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. So start from the first stitch, so you look to see where's the closest stitch to the edge. So you're just gonna go ahead and pick up. So I find this loop right here at the very first, so I stick my needle right in there, and then grab my new piece of yarn. I wrap it, just kind of put it over, and I hold these two pieces together, and then I will use the needle to bring it, and with support of the finger on the back, I'm sorry, just keep slipping down. With my support of my finger on the back, I will push that right through and use the needle to pull that loop through. So I got my first stitch, and depend on how many stitches the instruction want you to pick it up, you might have to skip, like knit 2, skip 1, knit 2, skip 1, and read the instruction, because you might have to calculate that first before you start, because the stitches along the edge might not equal to the stitches that you have to pick up. So, but basically you go in and you look at the stitch along the edge. With garter stitch, I like to pick up the line here, the flat line. It had a flat line here, and then it had like kind of knotted like. So I will go into that horizontal or flat line, and then wrap it just like the way you knit, and then use that finger to support if you have a hard time bringing it by itself, so you won't slip, and then bring it toward the front like that. So we got 2, and then keep going, go into that loop right there, and then wrap, and then bring it through, and you can see that new stitches start to form. For this part here, you can come back and then use the needle to weave it behind so that you won't see it. And then you just keep going, stick the needle right through that very top loop, and then wrap, and this is called pick up and knit. And then if the instruction want you to pick up more stitches, sometimes you have to do like I said, 2 stitch in one, or you have to push extra stitch so you can go right in between that loop. You can do like that too. So depend on how many stitches you need. You have to use your judgment to place that extra stitch there. I mean, to pick up extra stitch, depend on how many stitches you want. So just keep doing like so, and follow the instruction using the side needle recommended, so you won't have problem with the being too pulled in or too loose. So just keep doing that. It looked like the needle that I use here is size 8, and this part I need size 8 too. Look like I can pick up 1 loop from the horizontal and 1 loop from the bumpy part, and it looked pretty good. So you get some idea. And now when you get through the whole row, the instruction will tell you what to do. Usually you will knit all rows with produce garter stitch edges, and sometimes you do ribbing, which is knit 1 per 1. So it depends on what you have to do. So I hope I make it clear. If not, please go back and review the tape, and I don't want to confuse you, and I hope that it helped. So thank you for your question, and if you have any more questions, please write to me and I will try to explain it. Thank you for watching. This is Raja. Goodbye.